What are the myths about HeLa cells and cervical cancer? Many people have heard about HeLa cells and their connection to cervical cancer, but there are quite a few misconceptions that can lead to confusion. Let's clear up some of the most common myths with facts backed by scientific research and medical standards. First, some believe that HeLa cells are normal, healthy cells. Actually, they come from Henrietta Lacks' cervical cancer tumor, so they are cancerous cells. These cells are called immortalized because they can divide endlessly in the lab, unlike normal human cells that have a limited lifespan. This unique trait makes them incredibly useful for research, but it also means they do not behave exactly like cells in the human body. Another myth is that Henrietta Lacks knew her cells were being taken and used for research. In reality, she was not informed or asked for consent in 1951, which was common at that time. Today, medical ethics requiring informed consent before collecting and using patient tissues, but back then, this was not standard practice. It's important to recognize this history while understanding that current research follows strict ethical guidelines. Some people think that HeLa cells caused cervical cancer in other people. That's not true. HeLa cells are used solely in laboratory settings for research purposes and do not cause disease in humans. Cervical cancer is primarily caused by persistent infection with high-risk strains of human papillomavirus, or HPV. It is not caused by exposure to HeLa cells or any other cells used in research. There's also a misconception that HeLa cells directly led to the development of the HPV vaccine. While HeLa cells played a role in scientific discoveries that helped identify HPV as the cause of cervical cancer, the vaccine itself was the result of many years of research involving various cell types and studies. HeLa cells were an important tool, but they are just one part of a much larger scientific effort. Many believe that HeLa cells are only useful for cervical cancer research. In fact, they have been used in a wide array of biomedical studies beyond cervical cancer. Researchers have used HeLa cells to study cancer biology, viruses like HIV, genetics, drug testing, and even experiments in space. Their versatility has made them a cornerstone of modern science. Some argue that using HeLa cells is unethical and should be stopped. While it is true that the original collection of Henrietta Lacks' cells lacked consent, the ongoing use of HeLa cells has contributed to countless medical advances. These include understanding cervical cancer better, developing treatments, and creating vaccines. Today, research ethics emphasize informed consent and respect for patients' rights, and scientists continue to follow these standards. Finally, there is a myth that HPV vaccines cause infertility or serious side effects. In reality, HPV vaccines, which were developed with the help of research involving HeLa cells, are safe and effective. They prevent infections with high-risk HPV strains that can lead to cervical and other reproductive cancers. Major health authorities worldwide recommend HPV vaccination because it does not cause infertility or other severe health issues. In summary, HeLa cells are a powerful research tool derived from Henrietta Lacks' cervical cancer cells. They have helped us understand and treat reproductive cancers better, but misconceptions about their origin and role can create unnecessary fears. Accurate knowledge about HeLa cells and cervical cancer helps us support prevention, early detection, and effective treatment. Always consult healthcare professionals for personalized advice, and remember that science continues to evolve with ethical standards guiding research.